Hi everyone. Today I'm going to discuss with you about atoms and molecules. Elements are substances consisting of one type of atom. For example, carbon atoms. Carbon atoms make up diamond and also graphite. Pure gold is composed of only one type of atom, which is gold atoms. Atoms are the smallest particle into which an element can be divided. If one or more identical atoms exist as a unit, it is known as molecule of element. But if two or more varying elements are put together in a fixed proportion, it is known as a molecule of compound. In this diagram, we can summarize the difference between atoms and molecules. Atom is the smallest unit, and it can compose into molecules. Molecules can be divided into either molecules of elements or molecules of compounds. Molecules of elements can be synthesized by chemically bonded two or more same type of atoms. Meanwhile, molecules of compounds can be synthesized by chemically bonded two or more different type of atoms. Dalton atomic theory suggests that a pure element is composed of atoms. The atoms of each element are different in size and mass. Atoms are the smallest particles that take part in a chemical reaction. Atoms of different elements can combine to make molecules of a compound. Kinetic model of matter explained in 4 points. The first point, kinetic model states that all matter is made up of very small particles, can be either atoms or molecules. The particles are moving all the time. The higher the temperature, the higher the energy. The freedom of movement and the arrangement of the particles is different for the three states of matter. The pressure of the gas is produced by the atoms or molecules of the gas hitting the walls of the container. The more often the collision, the greater the pressure. The space between the particles can be called intermolecular space or the IMS. There is larger IMS in gas than in solid. The IMS can be reduced by increasing external pressure. The way the particles of three states are arranged explains the temperature changes during any physical reaction. Example like heating, freezing, sublimation, or melting. In this diagram, we can see there is a heating curve. Why is it a heating curve? Because the temperature is increasing from lower temperature to higher temperature. In this heating curve, there are three parts, which is A, B, and C. And there are two constant regions whereby the temperature is remain constant at a certain period of time. Why there are two constant regions? The first region tells you that the temperature at that particular temperature is used to put in energy to the particles so that they can overcome the forces holding the lattice together. Meanwhile, the second region of constants tells you that the energy that keep on increasing gives the particles an extra energy for them to move far away from each other and move faster so that they can transform from liquid to gas. Now, let's try a few questions to test your understanding. Answer the question based on the graph shown here. The graph shows a cooling or a heating curve. The graph shown here is a heating curve. Why? Because the temperature is increasing from -50 to 100. Therefore, this graph is a heating curve. Label the graph with the state at each point. At this point, the state will be solid. Meanwhile, at this point, the C point, the state will be liquid. Why does the temperature remain constant at B and D? As explained earlier, the temperature remains constant at B because the temperature is needed to overcome the lattice arrangement of solid so that solid can transition into liquid. Meanwhile, the temperature remains constant at D so that the keep on increasing temperature will provide enough energy for the particles to overcome the arrangement of the liquid and for the particles to move faster to transform into gas. The last question, explain the energy change to occur from to D. From A to D, we already identified that A is solid and D is keep on transition into gas. Therefore, the energy change in this particular graph is actually absorbing. So this particular element is absorbing energy from the surrounding to the particle. Therefore, it is an endothermic reaction. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you can understand more about atoms and elements.